Hey everyone, it's Colleen with Artwork by Colleen, and today the flower is going to be the Belladonna, or known as the Deadly Nightshade. The main part of the flower is going to be kind of a light purple, and the background is going to be the darker purple. Also, the kind of the top leaves that hold the flower bud in there is going to be some green. I'm taking a lighter and a darker green, and I'm going to combine those as well as the purples. I added a little bit of a kind of a wine color to the purples to give it a little more of a reddish purple. So here I have the light purple, the dark purple, and the greens. I'm going to take the greens, make them a Skinner blend. So that's what it looks like when it's done. I really did like that. Of course, I've stretched it out, and then as I normally do, I'm making it into an accordion fold. As is so often the case when I'm making something, I kind of change it on the fly because I don't like the way it came out. But anyway, here we are. I'm stretching it out with the light green on one end, obviously the darker green in the other. As I was stretching it out, I decided that I really wasn't crazy about the way it looked. It just, I don't know, it didn't have enough definition. So I'm cutting it into 3 pieces because there's like 3 main pieces of the flower. With that, I still wasn't thrilled with it. So I cut it down the middle, and I decided to add like a vein in the middle of it. So I took a little thin piece of yellow and I covered it with dark green on either side, so it gives the vein a little bit of definition. And then I took that and then I put those pieces inside of those petals, and it just gives it a little, I don't know, I think it just brings it out a little bit. I'm going to do it the same way for each of the 3 petals that are on there. Now I'm going to put them together. I cut that little piece off, if you saw, because that's kind of what it looked like. And then this one I sort of cut in half and then took the wonky side and put it to the inside. And then if you look at the picture, and so I'm just trying to go by the picture. I don't know, I guess my interpretation of the picture, so to speak. And then I took another piece of the darker green to make the stem of the flower. And now I'm going to work on making the light blue. So if you've noticed, some of my other flowers in this collection all have the light blue background. And the reason for that is I plan to make some sort of a compilation. And in case you were wondering why I needed to go right in the middle of there and make that light blue, it's because I wanted to make sure before I went further along that stem stayed in place and didn't get all warped. So I figured if I spent the time now to cover that outside area, that would keep that area intact. Now that that's in place, I can continue to work on the purple. So when I was looking at this, I realized that I was not going to have enough light purple, and that I made way too much dark purple. So in order to fix that, I just went ahead and mixed a new batch of the lighter purple. And because, I'm me, I put a whole bunch of glitter in there just to match the other piece that already had the glitter in it. So now I've got the 2 pieces together. They're pretty close to the same, and I just mixed them together to make sure they were just what I needed. I decided to go ahead and put lines in between because that's how I felt the best way to show that flower is to kind of make rows of it. And I didn't want to put straight white because I thought that might be too dramatic of a difference in between the 2. So I took some white and I took a little piece of the purple and made it into the light purple. And I cut the light purple really, really thin. And now I'm just literally layering it so that I can put it together and have it become the flower. So here it was a matter of just continuing the stack up until I felt like I had enough to make the entire thickness of the flower the way I wanted it. Now that I pretty much have it the way I want it, I'm going to go ahead and cut those end pieces to make that triangle in the middle to kind of fit it into that flower area. As you can see, I'm just trimming it down a little bit to get it to fit into there like I feel like it should. I had the main purple section in place, but I felt like I needed to add a little bit of thickness to it. And so I went ahead and just made a couple of more rows. Note on this last piece I'm putting in that I angled it a little bit to kind of stick it in and make it look the way I want. And then I'm going to push those greens down. But now I'm cutting out the little kind of triangle looks at the bottom. And then that's the point where those dark purple pieces are going to go in. Okay, so I'm filling in all the purple here to get the, the dark purple look underneath. I'm always going to keep it real with you guys because I feel like I said, I leave my screw ups in here for you to see. So hopefully you learn something from them and can avoid making the mistakes that I make. As I look at this while I'm doing the video, I realize that long purple part is way too long. It should not have been that long, but you know what? It's done now. I can't undo it, unfortunately. Anyway, here I am. I'm filling in the rest of the dark purple, and now I feel like I've got the flower that I want. So now it's just a matter of filling in the blue in everywhere. The idea for packing it in so much is, so that it doesn't lose its shape when it's reduced. That's the hope anyway, and that's the completed project next to the picture. I mean, all in all, I was pretty happy with it, except for that long piece of purple that should not have been that long. But like I said, it's done. Worst case scenario, if I decide to cut away the blue around it, I can always make that little piece smaller if I want to. So I'm showing you here in quick motion how to reduce it, or at least how I reduce it. You may have a better way. I'm not really sure, but for me, this is how I did it. I wanted to keep it sort of that elongated feel, and here's the magical moment. Guys, I'm pretty happy with it, actually. Thanks for watching my videos. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. And if you haven't done yet, please subscribe to Artwork by Colleen.